Yeah, so everything with this the NBA draft, we were talking about, is there a possibility that, is there a possibility that Cooper Flagg doesn't go number one? Is there a possibility that we see Dylan Harper at number one? Is there a possibility Ace Bailey goes number one? How good is Cooper Flagg actually? Like, is he somebody that's just a guy? Is he just going to be a guy at the NBA level? Is he going to be one of the best players in the NBA initially? And Cooper Flagg has basically guaranteed himself the number one overall pick. And you might be saying, what do I mean? What do you mean by that? Like, why are they basically guaranteeing him the number one overall pick? Because what he has done the last couple of games has been crazy. Obviously, he was ridiculous as a 17-year-old. As soon as he turned 18, again, he's like a week too young. If he was a week younger, he wouldn't be able to be drafted. Like, he's super duper young. Like, he's born in what? Like, December 2006, which is mental. But Cooper Flagg today against Notre Dame had one of the best games I've ever seen in college ball. Today, Cooper Flagg, in a game where they played Notre Dame, in a win by 6 points, or say by 8 points in a close game, Cooper Flagg had 42 points on 14 shots. I repeat, I get it, obviously, 16 and 17 free throws. But, like, when we look at the box score, we just count the shots. Even though, obviously, shots to free throws, it's a bit, like, usage rate's a little bit different than that. But he shot the ball 14 times. He scored 42 points. He had 6 boards. He had 7 assists. Like, he turned the ball over 3 times. Okay. He had 6 boards, 7 assists, and 42 points. And by the way, like, this is coming off. Has been his stretch of games. He had, obviously 13 of 45% shooting, not great. And this is somebody who everyone's been talking about Cooper Flagg, as in he's this elite level defender. He's a superstar as far as all the little things he does. He plays the game at he plays the game the right way. But, like, his scoring had been one thing that was questionable. And I've said it. Like, look, Dylan Harper goes number one in 2022. Sorry, You know what? Dylan Harper goes number one in 2022, yeah, over Paolo Banchero. Dylan Harper probably goes number one over Cade. Dylan Harper goes number one over Anthony Edwards. Like, in the last recent years, I think Dylan Harper goes number one in 2018. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, drafts where guys 100% go over Dylan Harper that I can think of. Obviously, without the benefit of hindsight, Ben Simmons would have gone number one over Dylan Harper. I think he would have gone number one over Cat in the last 10 years. He would have gone number one over Cat, would have gone number one over Fultz, would have gone one over Ayton, wouldn't have gone over Zion, would have gone over Edwards, would have gone over Cade, would have gone over Paolo, not over Wemby, and then obviously over Zachary Risacher. That's how good Dylan Harper is. Like, it's not a... it's genuinely, when it comes to Dylan Harper, he is he's a superstar. He's a superstar college player. Superstar first-year player. Ace Bailey could be brilliant. But what Cooper Flagg has done is had 24 points on 64% of the field, 24 points on 58% of the field, 19 points on 63% of the field, 42 on 78% from the field. And other than the game where he went 2 of 3 from the line, 4 of 6, it's Pittsburgh. He had the crazy highlight dunk against Pitt. He is starting to score. He shattered Duke and ACC freshman records. Like, he's shattering records. He's surely with the 42 points, his points per game have bumped above 17.5 points. But he's almost a walking 20 and 10. And yeah, the field goal percentage hasn't been great. But 4 games in a row of above 58% shooting with only 1 game below 20 points. And in that game, he had a ridiculous highlight dunk as well. Like, Cooper Flagg is as good as advertised. The man is as good, 100% as good as advertised. And I can't remember the last time I've seen a freshman actually, I do. I can remember the last time a freshman in college was this good. Zion Williamson. That is the last time I have been this hyped about a freshman in college. He went to Duke and his name was Zion. And the difference is, I don't see, he might, like, Cooper Flagg might eat his way out of the NBA, but, like, we don't know. To be fair, like, look, Zion Williamson, I'll say it, Zion Williamson was more of a phenomenon than Cooper Flagg. Like, I don't even remember college ball. He hasn't been as hyped since. Like, I remember one of my friends played against Zion with Hartford, John Carroll, like, Irish lad, was really one of our best ever players. But, like, he played against that Duke team, and it was like every single person in Irish basketball staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning to watch that Hartford team get cooked by Zion, RJ Barrett, and Cam Reddish. To be fair, that team was like this. They have the top 3 recruits. That was just crazy, and obviously Cam Reddish didn't pan out, but the other 2 were pretty damn good. And Zion wasn't even the number 1 recruit, but Cooper Flagg is without question the number 1 pick. There is no chance he doesn't. And this reminds me a little bit of the Wembanyama type thing where, look, Scoot, I'll admit it, we were wrong about Scoot, but we thought Scoot was great, was going to be like elite. Like, where everyone was saying, look, in any other year, Scoot goes to, Scoot might go number 1 in almost any other year. But, you know, Zion's there. Dylan Harper goes number 1 in a lot of years, but Cooper Flagg's there. Not his fault that Cooper Flagg's there at all. That is in no way the fault of Dylan Harper. But no, I think Cooper Flagg has cemented himself, has 100% cemented himself as the number 1 pick. I just don't see how he doesn't. I don't see how there are people that think at this stage maybe he isn't. And to be fair, until about 5 games ago, I think there was at least an argument. And I was saying, with the way things were going, it was looking like Dylan Harper was creeping towards Cooper at number 1. I was like, look, it's one of those situations where you can't, if you take Cooper Flagg and he's not as good as Dylan Harper, nobody cares. But if you don't take Cooper Flagg and it turns out that Cooper Flagg is the best player in the draft and Dylan Harper's not great, you lose your job. So I thought it was originally going to be one of those situations. But Cooper Flagg just keeps getting better. He keeps getting better. And we also have to forget, just because he looks older, he plays older, we can't forget that the man turned 18 a couple of weeks ago. Like, the guy turned 18 on, was it like 20-something to December? Like, 3 weeks ago the guy turned 18? Just because he looks older, just because he plays bigger, we forget how young the guy is. Like, we hear about sometimes players reclassifying down so that they get to play against, or even people doing prep year. If you do a prep year, like, he should be a high school senior right now. He reclassified up a year so that he could play again in college when he really should be a senior. And heck, did we have Jeff Teague saying he reclassified down to dominate? And it's like, no, he reclassified up. He was that good. Either way, though, I'll see you guys.